Hey air signs, thank you very much for spending time with me. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful week. And as you can see, I've got your cards ready for the upcoming week and what's in store for you. I have got a really bad cold, so do forgive me for any sniffs. I know it's gross, I know it's disgusting, but I really can't help it. You know, I've just lost the allergy as summer's on its way out, and lo and behold, a cold comes in and settles in nicely. That's what you get when the kids go back to school. So I think my nephew, who's just started nursery, has brought back a dose to the family, and we're all enjoying it. Not quietly either. So yeah, a bit parky outside today, hence the big fat jumper. Get your comfies on, yeah. Autumn's on the way, and I do love autumn. It's a period of pulling back and reflection, isn't it? On the year that's gone by, on the summer that's just been. Right, with all that being said, I'm going to stop wittering and I'm going to jump into the reads. So, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is a reading for the week ahead. Not really date specific, it's timeless, so I trust that when you pick up this message, or if the title resonates with you, that's when you're supposed to receive it. So let's start. Right, I've got energy departing, energy coming in, no, energy departing, energy you'll be in, and upcoming energy. So here we go. 2 cards fell out for departing energy, and I don't normally do love readings or romance readings, actually, for that matter. It just doesn't come to me. But this, for some reason, I sense heartbreak. You know, the 5 of Cups is a card of loss. It's a card of grieving for what has been, or perhaps you think has been. But it's also a card of disillusionment. So, you know, were you seeing things properly? You know, what you had going for you, was it real? You know, it's also a card of betrayal and bitterness. So. Perhaps you're feeling like you've been maligned in some way, deceived. Obviously, disillusion, betrayal, it is a card of deception. It's also a card of wallowing in self-pity. And, you know, of course, why wouldn't you be if you've been betrayed? But, yeah, like I said, it's a card of having a broken heart. What fell out with it was the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is a card of tradition, a card of lessons to be learned. The Hierophant is a spiritual leader or a guide, and you know, he signifies new paradigms. He's a shift in, you know, in your way of thinking. It's almost, you know, trying to find a new way of being. So, you know, perhaps the heartbreak doesn't happen again. And it's a lesson. So he brings in a lesson. He's here to educate and train. You know, you can see the staircase going up here to the seed of life. So, you know, he has access to all the Akashic records, all that has been, you know, past. He is the font of all knowledge. So I feel like through your heartbreak, you've been reaching out, maybe going within and seeing maybe what you know, after you've done the bit of the wallowing and self-pity thing, which you're absolutely entitled to do, but don't dwell on it forever. It looks like you're trying to find maybe what your part in all of it was. So that's why I think the Hierophant's come out with this card. So although you are feeling a bit bad for yourself, and why shouldn't you be, I think you're trying to turn a corner with it, which is absolutely fabulous. Onwards and upwards, air signs. Yeah, really, really good. Now, the energy that you're going to be in, you've got the 3 of Cups, you've got 2 again that fell out, you've got the 3 of Cups here. 3 of Cups is beautiful. It's a card of community, of friendship. It's being close to siblings. It's just really beautiful. It's closeness with siblings as well. So I'm wondering if perhaps, no, not wondering actually, the cards are saying that you've called upon your loved ones for advice, for information, for consolation, for a hug. you know, and of course they're going to give you a hug, and you're obviously going to seek advice from your nearest and dearest to see, you know, or to discuss what has happened, what has gone by, and how can you avert that sort of disaster's too dramatic a word, just to avert that situation should it come up again. And, you know, consult them, you know, help me, you know, to see the red flags if there are any, because sometimes we can be in a situation and we're so loved up that we don't see the red flags, albeit, you know, the loved ones surrounding us do see it, but for fear of hurting us or bursting our bubble, you know, they don't tell us. But, you know, create a circle around you. Create your council, if you like. You need people, you know, friends and family that you can go to and, you know, make a pact with each other. Just say, do you know what? I need people around me who are going to be brutally honest. If I come to you and I say, look, I've met this person and I really like them. Obviously you, and after they've met them as well, what do you think? What's your opinion? Do you see anything that I should watch for? You know, and yeah, engage like that. You know, a council comes together and never agrees all the time, you know. So this is about pulling out the bits that you haven't seen. So you've contacted friends and families in order to do so, and they will guide you in the right direction. You know, people who love you always will do that, and they will always have your back. So do ask people, what were the red flags? What did I miss? You know, because it's all a learning curve, constant learning. You know, nothing's ever wasted. We always learn from it. Now, with it came out the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is speed. It's a monumental velocity coming in. It's a really great big bang. It's an explosion. So I'm wondering, after contacting your friends and family, after saying, you know, what were the red flags, that you didn't, you know, all the advice and the love that they've been bringing to you may have brought you a moment of, you know, an epiphany, you know, which is absolutely fantastic. This is a card of good news, and it's a card of positive resolution. So whatever counsel that you've had with your community here, with your loved ones, is going to bring really good news, and it's probably going to help you resolve what you've just been through. So that's a really wonderful card to have in the energy that you're going to be in. So, I mean, energy that's coming in is the Hermit, and boy do you need it after this, because obviously there's heartbreak here. There's lots of discussions about what went wrong with your loved ones. They are, by the looks of things, going to bring you in a moment of revelation here, and you know, one of those, someone's going to say something and you're going to go, bloody hell, of course, why didn't I see that? But you know, that's okay that you didn't see it, because next time it will be like a foghorn in your ear. There's no chance of you missing it. So Spirit is saying, you know, the approaching energy, or the potential approaching energy, depends what you want to do, is the Hermit. You know, the Hermit is such an underestimated card. It's stunning. It's inner reflection. It's contemplation and soul searching. And of course, after all this troublesome energy here, you're going to need it. You need to retreat. You need to tap into the guide within and take time away from the hustle bustle of life. You know, you don't necessarily have to go away or go to the other side of the world. This can be your space. You find your space. Give your, you know, if you've got a family and you're busy, just get someone to have the kids for a couple of hours and do you time. You know, maybe a bubble bath, maybe put your plugs in your ears, listen to some meditation music, and just blank your mind and ask Spirit, what do I need to know? And just keep with love, what do I need to know? And it will be revealed to you. So a really lovely upcoming period of contemplation for you, air signs. Now, the reason I went for the love thing and the love heartbreak for this read is because the underlying energy of the read, bottom of the deck, guys, is the Knight of Cups. And boy, look at him, isn't he something? I mean, he's romance personified, isn't he? And he is a classic romantic, and he's a guy with a passionate soul. Not gender specific. I just used the depictions in the cards, everyone. So yeah, he's coming in with flowers. He's romancing you. He's got the picnic. He's brought a love letter. He's got the bubbly on ice. You know, he is in love with being in love. You know, and although he's a passionate soul, he's an unrealistic soul, because being in love with being in love it just doesn't last, does it? It's not realistic. And if you look at his trainers here, I don't know if the cards are focusing properly. Please leave me a message and let me know if you can't see them. Knight of Cups, his trainers there have wings on. So he's actually, although he wears his heart on this sleeve and he's in love with being in love, he's a flighty character. He's not going to be around forever. He's going to come in, he's going to, woof, you know, sweep you off your feet, and then he's off onto the next project. So I suspect that's what's happened here. And of course, the key is reading the signs of energies like that, isn't it? So, you know, beware. Beware, and you will beware, because, you know, get in touch with your community, and they have your back. And, you know, fear not, you do have a revelation coming in here, and, you know, there's a message of some sort coming to you, and I'm wondering if that's not going to happen when you do take your time of reflection and go within, you know. So trust in the process, trust in spirit, trust that they have your back, because they definitely do. Right, I really hope that resonated with some of you. Obviously it won't with all, but take the bits which do and leave the rest, as in all general readings. And let's pull a Shaman Oracle, all pre-shuffled and meditated, but one more for good measure. Let's see what the Shaman Oracle would like you to take into next week with you. What piece of advice, air signs? So for Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, please. Shaman, ancestors. And there we go. We've got two. They want to give you a couple of messages here. We've got the staff, which is fabulous. The staff, as you can see, is a giraffe. And you can see that the third eye there has got a jewel on it, you know. And that is absolutely, use that third eye in a reflection and ask spirit, what do you need me to know? And also the staff being a giraffe, the neck is head and shoulders. Is that the phrase? You know, do correct me if I've said that wrong. It's head and shoulders above the rest. You will get clarity. You will see the wood for the trees. You will gain, you know, the giraffe stands tall and can see further than any other animal in the jungle. So make no bones about it. Clarity is coming to you. Really wonderful. So let's put that there. And you're never going to believe this one. Stand still. You got to after that flighty girl who has come in for you. You got stand still, and that's what the Hermit is saying. Take time for you, inner work, tap into your inner guide. You'll know what to do. You know, go with your heart, work from the heart, and you can't go wrong. Do it with love, my air signs. And let's put the cherry on the cake. Let's get an animal oracle too. Wonderful, wonderful. Really good advice. I love my Shaman oracle. It's my favourite. Absolute favourite. Good advice there. Right. Let's go for the animal oracle. And message for air signs going into next week. What do you wish them to take in there with them? Many we got. I'm going to take this. Wow, no, I'm going to carry on going. There was about 8-9 cards there. A specific message for the air signs, please. There you go, and that's a wrap. we've got the beaver spirit, lay solid foundations. So after all this flightiness that you've had, you know, with your next encounter, be it romance, be it a friendship, make sure that the foundations are solid. You know, you will get out, you will get back what you put out. So put out, do it with love, and expect nothing more or less than you give out. You know, I'm not articulating this well. I know what I want to say, it's in my head. If somebody comes into your sphere and they don't resonate with you, you will know. There's no reason that you need to accept that energy in your life. You know, there are people that we need to keep at arm's length. So what I'm trying to say is, don't settle. Don't settle. You don't need flightiness in your life. What you need is somebody who reflects what, you know, your values. You know, in saying that, these flighty people that do come into our lives they do appear and stay a while in order for us to learn lessons. So it's not that they're bad people, they're just on a different path of evolution, that's all. And we're all here to benefit each other. But next time, make sure you've laid a solid foundation. You know, we all love being swept off our feet, you know, that feeling, that euphoric newness, but make sure, or try and make sure, that it's something that's going to be last, something solid, unless it's the flighty, you know, in, out that you do want, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Right, my air signs, thank you very, very much for spending time with me. As always, if you did enjoy, please like, share and subscribe. And I will be here same time, same place next week. Toodle pip, take care of yourselves and each other.